Everybody, welcome to Mindfulness Monday. We are lucky enough to once again have Carissa Selman, a certified mindfulness facilitator, lead us through this exercise. Relax, enjoy. You will see the stars for what's going to be happening tonight going over the dome there. So enjoy. So, Carissa, it is all yours.
Great.
And I want to just make sure we're recording, and we are. Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jason. And thanks everybody for showing up. I really appreciate it. It's always good to see new and returning people. So let's see. Usually how this goes, we encourage everyone to turn off their phones and put them away just for a little while. And I'm actually in a different room from where I'm usually facilitating because there's construction happening outside. And I understand there's construction happening where you are too. So we're just going to invite whatever those sounds are going to be part of our practice today. Usually how this goes is I will offer some posture and breathing instructions, suggestions, and I will talk us through that a little bit, and then I will talk a little less and a little less, and eventually I will be silent. So we'll be together in silence for a few minutes, and then I will chime back in again and bring us out of the practice. As always, my instructions are just suggestions. If it's not working for you, feel free to let them go. There are many, many, many ways to practice mindfulness. And since we're just together for a short time and I never know who is going to be here on any given day, it's usually something pretty simple and introductory and hopefully easy and pleasant. If you do have any feedback, questions, or concerns, please do feel free to send those to Jason and he can pass them along to me. So the definition I use for mindfulness, it is a practice of being present with our paying attention to our present moment experience. And we do our best to bring an attitude of curiosity, openness, and willingness to that practice. Willingness to simply be with things as they are, to be with the truth of our own experience, which is actually a very compassionate and generous act, showing up for ourselves in this way. But fundamentally, we want to approach this as an inquiry, an experiment. This is not a recipe that we're trying to perfect or a routine that we're aiming to get tens from all the judges on. This is more like a curious stroll, seeing what we see, hearing what we hear, experiencing things just as they are. I usually suggest a posture that allows you full access to your breath. Sitting, standing, walking, and lying down are all classical meditation postures. So if you're reclining in a chair in the planetarium, that is totally legit. And I will say it is one of the more challenging meditation positions because we tend to fall asleep. If you do fall asleep, don't worry about it. That is your present moment experience. Your body is saying it needs rest. You can leave your eyes open or closed, whichever is most comfortable. If you're perhaps watching this later on YouTube and you're sitting in a chair, I recommend if you do leave the eyes open, putting them in like a soft downward gaze with like minimal focus. Try to reduce any kind of distractions on the desk in front of you, wherever you are. Or again, you can always close your eyes. And we will be paying a lot of attention to our breath during this practice, although we're not going to be trying to control the breath in any particular way. And to start, I usually suggest just taking 3 long, slow, deep, intentional breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Noticing what is the full range of breathing today. Can you breathe, perhaps noticing whether you've been breathing in the chest, and can you breathe down into the belly? Where do you notice the breath most in the body? Is it the rise and fall of the belly? Do you notice the movement of your clothes, your shirt, perhaps as your rib cage expands and contracts? Maybe it's through the nose, cool air coming in through the back of the mouth, exhaling warm over the lip. Just starting there with those 3 slow, deep, intentional breaths, and then letting that go, allowing the breath to return to its natural pace and rhythm. In a mindfulness practice, we often start with the breath. It's a very convenient anchor to offer the mind, like the way we have an anchor on a boat to keep it from drifting away. We offer the mind an anchor to keep it here in the present moment, and the breath is always with us. So as we are just allowing the breath to come and go, you can get very, very curious. Direct the attention to how the breath feels in the body. What are the different qualities of the breath? Usually it does help to choose just one location where you feel the breath uh, most clearly. Again, that's the nose, the chest, or the belly. And you can attend to these qualities of breath. Is your breathing long or short? Is every breath the same length, or is it a little bit different each time? And if so, how? What is the rhythm of the breath? How long are the pauses between each breath? Is the breath deep or shallow? Is it choppy or smooth? Is it coarse or fine? like coarse salt or fine salt. So we offer all of this exploration, these options for the mind to attend to stay here in the present moment. How is the breath in this moment? How is each individual breath? What is it like to be breathing in this body in this moment? And after a minute or two, perhaps you notice that the mind has wandered. Maybe it's gotten caught up in a thought, hopped on a train to somewhere in the future about what's going to happen later, or revisiting the past. And that is perfectly normal. That is what the mind does. Maybe you've been noticing sounds inside and outside of the room, or the mind drifts from the breath and into some other sensation in the body. All of this is just part of practice. The key each time you notice is to first acknowledge what has happened. You can label it. Sometimes that's helpful. You can just say, oh, thinking, planning. Ah, that's an itch on my leg. Noticing sounds. And that just serves to kind of tap it lightly, bring the mind back to exactly what is happening in the moment, and then redirect the attention to the breath, refocusing. And we do this with as much friendliness and kindness as we possibly can, knowing that this is an integral part of the practice, returning. Over and over. So not only are we cultivating the capacity to stay with the breath, the capacity to focus and attend to the present moment experience, but we're simultaneously cultivating compassion and kindness as well. So just like if a wiggly little puppy wandered off, you would very gently scoop it up and just bring it back to where you would like it to be. If the sound or sensation in the body is something that holds the mind's attention, you could, once you notice it, say, oh, itching. And then you could shift and actually make the itch on your leg the focus of your meditation. What is that like? How does that sensation play out in the body? Can I just be with that without scratching the itch? Similar with sounds. You can notice that you've been following a sound, perhaps making up a story about it. And once you realize that, if you choose, you could stay with the sound for a little while, purely noticing what is that input like. Once it no longer holds the attention of the mind, bringing back the focus to the breath. And those qualities of pace, rhythm, depth, texture. Bringing that kind curiosity to the present moment experience. On your next breath, I invite you to let go of the focus on breath, or if the mind has wandered, return the present moment experience. And do a simple check in on the body, widening the focus from just the breath and where you notice it, seeing how it feels more widely. You notice any tightness or tension, perhaps in your jaw or neck or shoulders. Maybe you had some earlier and it has eased a little bit. If you could just give your shoulders a little shrug, scanning through the body, down the torso, to the low back, maybe a little twisting stretch feels good after stillness. Noticing the hips and the seat, the legs and knees, down through the calves and ankles, all the way to the toes. Maybe giving the toes and hands a little wiggle, your fingers a wiggle. And taking another 2 or 3 long, slow, deep, intentional breaths. Beginning to notice our exterior experience, the temperature of the air around us, whether there is stillness or a breeze. Noticing the temperature, quality of light, any sounds inside and outside of the room. If your eyes have been closed, you could open them again. Take just a moment to maybe placing your hand on your heart and offering yourself a bit of appreciation for making time and space in your day in the midst of everything else that you have to do for other people. You have made time to show up for yourself. You have made time to rest in the present moment and acknowledge the truth of your own experience, just as it is. And that kind of attention and care is a great gift. So thank you for offering that to yourself. May that kindness be something you can offer to others as you go through the rest of your day. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, Carissa, and thank you everybody for coming to Mindfulness Monday. We will once again be doing this not next week because next week is spring break in 2 weeks. Okay. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Carissa. Appreciate it. Have a great
See
day.
you
Okay.
later. The construction is just starting back up again. And there's the fireworks. I love it.
Yes.
All right,
All
take good
right. See you
care.
later. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.